Alright, what's up guys? Today is going to be another, I guess like gameplay analysis. Like I did one before on one of the clips from my stream. This one's gonna be a bit different as I'm kind of just gonna go over the, because that one was a loud one whenever a losing fight. This one I'm actually gonna go over a winning fight, which obviously, is a bit different. And I did say I was gonna do this a while ago, but now I'm just deciding to. So pretty much what I'm gonna be. 'Cause obviously, yeah, if you haven't, this is one of my YouTube videos. The whole fight's in the video. If you don't like me pausing or skipping through it, feel free to go watch it if you haven't already. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably seen this one as well, but maybe not. But anyways, so basically, actually, I'll try to back this up. So basically, what happens here is we know a team's here. I'm trying to say, where does it start? I think it starts. We clear this. We hear them coming over. I don't think you guys can hear any sound. Hold on, actually, 1 second. You know what? This is very professional. I'll fix the sound right now and let you guys hear the sound. Perfect. Right there. Turn this down like half. It's probably good. Turn the sound on. Oh, team on me, team on me. So, honestly, we didn't even hear them. I just opened the door. So, we see this team's here. I notice it's Cleric, Fighter, Ranger. I can tell because you see the Fighter, obviously. Ranger behind him. Cleric shields on him. So, automatically... I don't like this isn't something you talk about. So, whenever you see what a team comp is of someone's playing, the team comp determines how you should play the fight and how they're gonna play the fight, which is very important to know. If you know how an enemy team wants to play the fight, usually know a really good way to counter that. For example, Fighter, Ranger, Cleric. Generally, the way they want to play a fight is they want to hold a corridor. Fighter blocks, Cleric drops Earthquake, Ranger shoots you. That's like usually a really good way they want to play it. Or they want to try to get it where their fighter is pushing, Cleric's behind him, Ranger's providing cover fire, and you can't get to the Cleric. That's usually the way they want to play it. And you see our comp, it's Wizard, Cleric, and Fighter, so we have a similar comp to them, just not, instead of them having consistent Ranger DPS, we have Wizard DPS, right? So they start backing up here, and I'm going for the push-in. My Cleric's calling back up, because my Cleric and my Wizard are going on a flank here, so I back up after closing the door. And whenever I realize they're going on the flank here, I decide to re-push. I'm reloading my crossbow, I think, just in case I get another shot off, because it's always nice to have it. Ken's going around for the push here, and if he's going for a flank, you always want to be able to, provide a distraction for him, right? Because if he goes for this flank, and they just, and I'm just kind of hiding back here, they can immediately turn and shoot him and kill him off right away. And it's just, his flank's dead. And that's all because I didn't push. So, yeah, see, I'm calling out, I'm telling him to wait so I can go in. I'm pushing in here, so this guy doesn't notice. So see this guy? This guy is now distracted on me. The Ranger and the Cleric are pushed back here, so they don't have this vision range on Ken to shoot him. So my Wizard just gets a really good flank off here. Honestly, it goes really poorly, but this was a good flank. He fireballs this guy. See, this right here, this is a very, very common tactic that you want to do. And especially in a matchup like this, it's not specifically a fighter matchup. This is more importantly for the Cleric matchup. So basically... the Ranger isn't going to hurt me much. I'm a fighter. The Cleric, he probably won't hurt me much either. And if he can't hit me with a Holy Strike, because if he does, he's going to hit his fighter as well. But what I'm doing here is I'm putting myself in between this fighter and his Cleric. I'm putting my Cleric is there too, but I'm putting myself in between their Cleric and their fighter. That way, the Cleric will have a much harder time trying to heal, and if he's throwing heals, there's a good chance he's going to hit me instead. So basically, this Cleric immediately cannot cast spells anymore for this fighter. This is something very good you want to do. You see, I'm trying to kind of lock him in here. This is and right here, my Wizard got a bit too close. And let me actually back it up. So you see, my Wizard gets too close here. He steps up to try to hit the Cleric. This is a misplay on his part. And right here is actually something that's very important. The Fighter's going after my Cleric and after my Wizard. I have two plays here. One of them is to run after the Fighter, but keep in mind, he pops Sprint. My Sprint is on cooldown. You see it down here. So... the chances I catch up to him are very low. By the time I catch up to him, my Wizard will likely be dead, even if he starts swinging. So I'm not really going to be doing much. And then I'm just going to be hitting a fighter that is relatively close to being full HP. And, there's potential for heals. Even if I'm body blocking, there's still a chance he can get healed, right? So I make the correct play here, which is I know that at least they're not both going to die. Ken will probably die. Yeah, he's a squishy Wizard. He'll probably die. But my Cleric, I know, can live for at least a while. He's not going to instantly die. So I make the play here of I rush at their team. You see this Cleric sitting here? And, so this right here is something I actually note. Clerics can generally be pretty tanky. and it takes a while to kill them if they're just spamming heals. And this ranger, he overstepped by a very large margin. Like, look how close he is because he's trying to shoot it. Actually, he killed my, honestly, this one my ranger. I'm pretty sure my wizard died because he got shot, I think. Let me see. Yep, he did. He got shot. That's why he died. So, honestly, if this ranger hadn't even shot my wizard probably wouldn't have died. But I hit the cleric once. I see the cleric's in plate armor, and the ranger is still very close. He didn't back up, so I immediately swapped targets to the ranger.
I can't be there with you.
You see, I'm calling out. I won't be there. I'm going after this ranger.
I'm killing the ranger.
I dropped the ranger. Perfect. I'm backing up. I'm letting my second wind tick, popping potions, getting heals off here. This right here, I should have grabbed this protection shrine here. Because, like, this guy's literally just, he's sitting here playing Earthquake. The reason I did it was because in my mind, I was thinking about potentially walking around it. But I should have grabbed the protection shrine here. I will say it. I 100% should have grabbed the protection shrine here. That would have made this, if I grabbed the protection shrine here, it would have been completely easy. This guy is pretty much, I'm pretty sure this guy's out of spells at this point because you've already seen him cast a ton and he immediately swapped his spellbook off. So I'm pretty sure this guy's out of spells. Even with my second win down, I know I can win this 1v1. His armor isn't as good as mine. I have really good gear on. My stats are really good. So I know I can beat this guy 1v1. This right here is something I do here. Whenever people are trying to crouch shield you, you want to jump above them because they're not going to block straight up. So if they're standing and shielding, you want to aim at their feet if you can't hit their head. And if they're crouching and shielding, you want to jump to hit their head. So that's what this guy's doing. And he actually does it. He actually wasn't out of spell, so he pulls out here. He hits himself with one light heal, hit him with a second one. And it's actually kind of funny. He died to the trap there. My second hit slowed him down enough that he died to the trap. And you see, my cleric just died. So my cleric is literally, I'll close it there because there's a bit of banter in here. My cleric just died. He lived that long. So my cleric got enough value that I was able to kill 2 people. And this fighter, he's pushing up here. I'm going for the fight on him. I'm going for crouches here. And you see, I'm just still talking a little shit to him. It's kind of funny because we were talking, me and this guy, this was just banter, by the way. Do not think this is toxic because I've had people say that. Me and this guy, he literally came in my chat after and said, GG's bro, fun fight. Like, this was just complete banter. We were doing this in pre-game lobby too. He's running here. I've got a really good spot. He propped the prop pot. I could have done it here, but the thing is, I didn't want to slow down enough to pop one. I wanted to get the move speed on him. I wanted to get close enough to him. See, I got a free hit off before he even got a shield back out. And I'm just, it's just classic fighter play here. I do get a bunch of good dodges on him. And that's really what comes down to, because, I mean, if you watch, like, I dodge from the beginning. Like, let's see how many hits he actually misses comparatively. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think he hit my shield there. So that's 3 swings he misses there. And let's see. I don't know if he misses in here. He just has bad hits. 4, 5. So look, that is 5 hits that he didn't hit me with because I dodged last he missed. And would he have killed me if he hit me with those? Probably not. However, it is still nice. And then after this, I do end up making the recover. I get my teammates revived. So this actually ends up working out. It's something to note here that is very useful to know is, one, after a fight like this, main thing you want to do is heal. I mean, I looted there. Main thing you want to do is heal. Just in case more people show up. That's the biggest worry. And another thing is, knowing where res shrines on maps is very, very good. You see, I run back. I grab my cleric. This is actually something really important here. A lot of people don't do. If you are, always grab their spellbook. If you are like if it's a cleric specifically you're resing, always grab their spellbook. It doesn't matter if you have to drop stuff. Make room for their spellbook. If they don't have their spellbook, then you literally wasted your time resing them. They have nothing. No spells. They can't cast anything. They are useless. And if you get back to their body and somebody's like stole their stuff and they took the spellbook, you're literally just walking around with somebody that's useless. See, I grabbed the spellbook and I grabbed his soul. That's all I grab. Now I'm running to the res. I mean, honestly, I don't need to play by this. You do see there ends up being people here. I killed one of them. And this is actually another play I could, I guess I go over here. I do see there's a wizard right here. I'm just crossbowing at him. Honestly, I'm really bad at the crossbow. This guy should have been over instantly. I think I would have headshot him there, but the fireball bounced me. So this is something you apply pressure, push him back. I'm going around here. I'm holding the corner in case he comes out. Getting a prop bot off. Good duck there on the zap. He overextended there, and he dies. And then this guy, I just like talk to him. I kill him. He heals me. Something else. I now know, because this is Coliseum, right? I now know I have to go all the way across to the middle of Coliseum. At this point, I don't even think I can revive them anymore. At this point, my mind, I'm like, okay, I just need to make sure I get out. Because at some point in the game, you have to recognize, is it worth to try to have to revive people and risk all my gear? Because keep in mind, I don't remember if we knew how many geared teams were in this lobby or not, right? But there definitely could have been more geared teams. But at this point, I'm just like, okay, I need to make sure I can get out with my gear because losing 2 gear sets is better than losing 3 gear sets, right? Like if we all lose our stuff, that really sucks. Not to mention I can grab some of their stuff. So right here, I'm taking the time. I'm just gonna go and I'm getting my second win back with my green campfire. Let's skip through. And this is going back. I asked him. I was like, okay, like, hey, what do you guys need? Like, what's the best stuff? Grab Prot Shrine, and I start going around here. I'm playing a little safe. I'm running on the outside because I don't want to run in the. Or I'm running in the inside because I don't want to run outside on the ring where people could see me easier. Re-up on Prot Shrine, and this is where I look and I see no one's in mid. Right? I'm like, okay, no one's in mid. Maybe I can get a res here. Because ideally, if I could res them, it's always better, right? Because there's a ton of good loot back there. We want to get all our people up. It's killing the skeletons out. And I see that no one's here and the res is up. See, this right here's where it comes in handy. He has a spell book, so I can res him. I don't actually know if he heals himself, does he? Let's see. Maybe. I think he's drinking health pot. He's fine. But yeah, so I get the res off on him here, and I mean, nothing else really happens. We just go back. Run back to the bodies. He res. Oh, I guess there's people here that we kill. This is like really nothing to go home about. It's just 2 random ungeared people we kill. He gets his stuff. We go back. We res Ken. Ken gets his stuff. And just like that, we recovered. We get all our stuff. We loot all their bodies. Great stuff happens. All right. But I think that probably does it for this video. It's honestly been a bit longer than I thought it would be. But yeah, I just wanted to go over a fight, kind of show you guys my thought process of going into it. Because in a situation like this, it's really easy. There's like one specific moment. I actually want to go right back to that one specific. Right here, this specific moment, it is very, very easy to make a mistake on. If at any point, if I decided to chase this fighter here, we probably wipe. Because Ken would have died. I'd be hitting this fighter that I'm probably not going to kill that fast. You saw how long it took me to kill him earlier. I'm getting shot in the back by the ranger. I'm getting either holy strike or hit by the cleric. The fighter's getting healed. Ken's dead. It's a 2v3. We probably lose from this point. However, I make the right play and I rush at the back line. Because the thing is, not only... Because one of the main things here, the Ken died here. It's honestly really unlucky that he died. This ranger did really well. He got really good shots off and killed him. But had Ken not died to this ranger, Matt and Ken would have been able to kill that fighter on their own because the fighter lost his support because his cleric stopped healing him. Like, look at him. The cleric backs up. He's holy striking me. He's trying to help his ranger out. So the fighter loses his support here. Ken does end up dying, like I said. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. And right here, obviously, like I said, once again, this was a misplay. I should have grabbed this protection shrine. If I grabbed this protection shrine, it would have been the easiest fight ever. Bam, game was insta win. Super insta win. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will probably be doing another video like this sometime soon because there's like a lot of fights that I can analyze like this that I have, and I think it's really fun to do like analyzation to see what you could have done better. Because in the moment, there's like a lot of things you miss, right? Like in the moment, I did not see that Prot Shrine up. Like I was not paying attention to it. There's a lot of things you don't really see in the moment because you're just doing it. You're like playing off instinct almost purely, and that's everything. And I feel like it's probably nice for you guys to see like kind of like get into like the head of like like one of like a top player, like see their mindset, like see what their thought process is during these plays. It's not just like hold W, hit the person in front of you, run, no thoughts, right? Because a lot of people think fighters like that. It's not. Fighter is a very, very positioning based class. Because fighter only has sprint as their mobility tool, and outside of that, we are very, very slow. Fighter is incredibly easy to overextend on. If you make a slight overextension, even if you don't die, it is very, very easy for your team to die and put you in a spot that you cannot recover from. Like I said, in this spot, I mean, I don't think it was my mistake, but my teammates do end up die, but I win the fight and we recover from it, so it was okay. However, if you make like I said, you make a bad extension and you're the one that dies, or your teammates die and you don't get anything back from it, that could just be it. Just because you step slightly out of position or you sprinted at the wrong time or something like that. But alright, thank you guys for watching, and I don't know if I said I'll probably do more like this. I'm sure I can find more. If you liked it, feel free to tell me. Like the video, comment, subscribe if you really want to. I put out a ton of fighter gameplay, and there will be more like this. Especially with the wipe coming up. With wipe coming up, I'm gonna be gaming. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.